What's up, NFL fans, football fans? What's up, all sports fans? This your boy JB, host of the Behind the Bench podcast network and channel. Just want to give a shout out to the rest of the crew. I'm talking about Shad, Kelvin, and Jermaine. And for everyone who's tuning in, I hope that you support Behind the Bench, become a subscriber, and help make this show the best that it can be. Now, let's take a look at this graphic right here. This is the NFL rushing leaders 6 games into the season, right? And look at the list of running backs, right? Do you notice something? Now, in years past, football was built off of the running game. Then the passing game became more implemented into the offensive attack, right? And then we had passers, elite passers like the Dan Marinos, who first QB to throw for 5,000 yards. That was doing his second year in the NFL. And we had your Dan Fouts of the world, people like that, who can throw for 4,000 yards on the regular, right? And this before it became commonplace, right? But what I'm noticing is football is, no pun intended, running in reverse, where the passing game is clearly taking prominence over the running game. And to me, I believe that is the case due to an emphasis on increasing offensive production because of rule changes that were implemented some, let's say, 8 years ago. They really emphasized the passing game. So what happened? When you emphasize the passing game, to do that, you have to protect the quarterback, right? And as fans became more accustomed, fans wanted to witness more scoring, uh, quarterbacks throwing for 5,000 yards on regular, receivers catching multiple receivers, in some cases, 3 receivers on the same team catching for 1,000 yards or plus, right? But as a result of that emphasis, the running game, the rushing game has been devalued. I've never seen a situation where you only really had 3 teams that feature running backs that average close to 100 yards a game. And if you look at it, the running back, uh, Achan for the Miami Dolphins, he's averaging 115 yards a game rushing. But really, it looks to me that he's the only running back or feature back that's averaging 100 yards or more. And then you have Christian McCaffrey and Zachary Moss for the Indianapolis Colts. They're averaging like 92, 93 yards. But after that, it's such a significant drop to where we're talking about running backs averaging 70-some yards a game. But what's happening is I watched highlights of a lot of games this weekend where quarterbacks are being asked to run more, where it looks like the play call is relying on the quarterback to run the ball. But in essence, quarterbacks are getting hurt. The rookie quarterback for the Colts, Richardson, I believe he's out for the year. Justin Fields, dislocated thumb, out indefinitely. Deshaun Watson, he's been out the last 2 games. So to me, you would think that to really protect the quarterback, you would feature the running game. That's what running backs are for. That's their specialty, to rush with the ball. And it seems to me that due to the running back position becoming so devalued, you have more questionable play calling down the stretch of these games. Where you in the red zone, sometimes you're inside the 10-yard line, you're not even trying to run the ball. So therefore, defenses are locked into your offensive strategy And 2-1, they know you're going to throw the ball. And as a result, scoring is down. It's almost like your offense is become predictable and one-dimensional. And I've never seen nothing like this before. And I watch highlights of games all this weekend where that dynamic is taking place. Whereas in decades past, you saw multiple running backs averaging 100 yards or more. You know, the Barry Sanders, the Emmitt Smiths, the Jerome Bettises, even like the Curtis Martins of the world. Uh, Earl Campbell. I mean, we can go down the list of all the great running backs. Tony Dorsett. Jim Brown. Walter Payton. Billy Sims. LaDainian Tomlinson, LT. We can go on and on and on and on and on. And now you only got one running back in the NFL that's averaging over 100 yards a game. And I'm not even sure if Achan is the running back for Miami. I just see he's on the list, so I'm assuming that he's their running back. But I'm just their feature back, I should say. I'll say their feature back. And then a lot of these, like Derrick Henry for the Tennessee Titans, he may be the last true, what they would call power back. Like an Eddie George was, during the late 90s, early 2000s for the Titans. Now you have a lot of these scat backs. You know what I mean? There's like, like a Tony Pollard for the Dallas Cowboys, to where he's not really suited to carry the ball 25, 30 times a game like Emmitt Smith did for the Cowboys back in the 90s. Or Ernest Biner did for the Cleveland Browns back in the late 80s, or the Washington Redskins, or John Riggins. I'm talking about a back where you can give that rock to and say, bring it home. And it seemed like he gets stronger during the fourth quarter and the defense starts to fatigue out. So to me, if teams want to really protect their quarterback, they need to feature the running game more. And they become more successful. It's like football is operating in reverse, to where they are totally relying way too much on the passing game. So the more passes you throw, especially if you're not an elite quarterback, well, there's a greater chance that you're going to throw a pick, and then another pick, and then another pick that could turn into a pick six. So, like I said, man, at the end of the day, the very essence of football was built on rushing the football. That's what it was built on. And then the passing game. That's why they call play action. That's why play action is so vital to a team, where once you establish the run, then now you throwing the defense, now they can't really anticipate what you're doing. So, they're kind of confused. So their play action is built off of the running game. So I just want to throw that out there real quick, man. I think, a lot of these professional sports leagues, they're trying to take the essence out. Like in NBA, they try to, practically eliminate the center position. But ironically, a center was the very player who led his team to last year's championship in Nikola Jokic for the Denver Nuggets. So hopefully that will, lead to a resurgence at that position, But yeah, I just want to throw that out there real quick. That totally shocked me, where there's only one guy in the league that's averaging over 100 yards rushing. That's crazy to me. But until next time, this is JB for BTB Behind the Bench.